What's going on? This is Jared with Sacred Boxing, here with Sensei Seth. If you don't follow him, I'm sure he looks like a familiar face, so you probably do. But
it's because I look like every white guy ever. I look like Luka Doncic. I look like Sweet Tea. I look like 90% of people, so that might be why.
So just discussing with Seth the other day, we did some controlled sparring and some of the shortcomings I had with sparring him, and we went back and forth. But the main thing I was impressed with was just his confidence in distance control. Where, you know, perceivably, he's taller, bigger than me.
Sure.
And I like to, when I have a person that has the attributes, advantage of the attributes, I like to kind of lead the dance.
Sure.
And I go in with the lead, I go in with my jab, I'm trying to put them on the heels, and he had great control, and just wanted to have you speak about that.
Yeah, so the control thing definitely came from like a long time of karate, and having kicks thrown at my face and stuff like that. The distance control from being so far away, we don't trade very often in karate, or at least in our style of karate, we didn't really trade very often, so there was never like, oh, you do this, I do that, and then we bang, bang, bang.
Okay.
It was very much oneers. So I would, you know, a jab would come and you'd be like, whoop, and you really have to capitalize on that because they're not gonna hang out there.
Absolutely.
So the one punch you throw is very important to me because that's gonna be my one time to punch.
Yeah, got it.
So it's a lot of counters, it's not a lot of trading. So that for me really built that up. And then another thing that I like to try and do is, if I feel like somebody's kind of got my number a little bit, I'll try and give them a stance that is leaning forwards a bit more and feels like it's closer than it is, and so I can back up and then throw something. So I can like kind of, you give your head. You know this. You give your head so you can pull it back just enough. And I spent a lot of time trying to purposefully be like this far away from a punch, trying to like lick a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I spent a lot of time trying to do that, and then the karate helped that a lot.
Yeah, I could see that. And that was the piece about it. It's like going up against a taller, bigger guy, I'm not expecting the footwork that you had or the distance, perception of distance that you had. Just that high IQ.
That's the chubby surprise.
Chubby surprise.
The chubby surprise.
Yeah. But that, and then there was a point in time where you kind of went into that Mayweather, and from that.
Did you say you're surprised that he had a high IQ? Checks out.
That's not the chubby surprise. Plenty of larger people have high IQ.
It's not surprising that large people
Jared
have high
was
IQ.
just
It's surprising that he has a high IQ.
Jared was just talking about how impressed he was with my boxing.
Right. But I just heard, hey, I was surprised by your IQ.
I had to turn up my.
Love it, Jared. This is top tier content.
So the body bump, I don't know where I picked that up. Maybe it was just from like being a larger guy, and people would try and get in on me all the time, and I realized that a lot of the time I couldn't extend my arms enough.
Without maybe getting a counter punch.
Without maybe getting countered or something. I'm not good at punching on the transition, but I'm really good at launching somebody because of the size difference.
Yeah.
And I have the size difference on most people. So I try and like really put my hip into it and launch somebody. And then as I do it, I also try and step out. So I'll try and go boom and then come out. So it's even more.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably not gonna land anything. Every now and then I'll try and go like boom and then come here. I'm not very good at it.
Okay.
So I try to not do that very often, but a lot of the time I'll go boom and then step out and then take a big step with my right foot. Yeah. So now we're kind of like, because I don't mind being in this stance.
Right.
So then we're equal.
Yep. I understand. Yeah, and it felt like I was kind of walking up the hill again every time you would do that, but also check myself as far as my balance. Obviously you got the weight on me, but that push seemed a lot more than a regular, just a bump and
I also played football in college, so so that helps a little bit. All of my college football life was me being like this and moving people and just kind of pushing them that way.
Yeah.
But so fair amount of footwork.
Yeah.
I really like footwork. I was a small guy in college too, so my footwork had to be perfect.
Got it. Yeah.
In order to get underneath people, so that carried over a bunch. I did karate since I was 3, so our footwork had to be very nice because you had to be kicking and punching and staying just out of range.
Yep.
I've done a little bit of boxing, and you know what's honestly I think helped me out a lot?
What's that?
VR boxing.
Talk
The
more about
hardest part that I had when trying to box more was throwing punches in bunches and not getting off balance. Like you see it all the time where people be like this, and then like throw a hook punch and they'll be like,
and they'll stick to 1 or 2 punches, just
one or two punches because they can't like too many punches kind of pulls them in one direction. VR boxing because you're not hitting anything. If you can throw it with good control, even if you're like throwing hard, there's nothing to stop you and kind of like allow you to regain your balance. And then it's just a lot of reps. And I could be wrong. I could be very wrong.
No,
but honestly, I've done that way more than I have boxed.
That reminds me of I can't remember the fighter, UFC fighter that actually played himself in a UFC game.
It was blessed. It was Max Holloway. Max Holloway would like figure out combos that he liked by playing UFC 3. I think it was UFC 3. But that's wild. That's probably like the coolest
That's a little
thing.
bit different, but the virtual definitely puts you in the driver's seat.
It makes you feel like punches are coming at you, and it made me feel more comfortable. And for me, I think the hardest time that I had was just reps of seeing stuff coming in my face and being able to throw with it.
Doing what? Seeing stuff doing what?
Being projected at my face with a violent force.
Okay. Poor Jared, man. Poor Jared. Poor Jared just tried to come here and just help people learn to make the hard sport easy.
It definitely is the hardest sport too. Having kicked a bunch, it's definitely the hardest sport. It's interesting because taking away variables makes it more difficult.
Listen, let me tell
and
you.
also boxers.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. I'm hijacking. That's what I do.
That's
People are used to it by now. I have always thought, man, boxing's easier. Boxing's easier. I was in the shallow end of boxers. You know what I mean? I was take away variables. I have less to think about. There's only one way he can win. That's easy to deal with. There's only one way I can win. All right. Sparring yesterday with a high level boxer, I was like, oh, boxing's hard. Because I have less options. How do I deal with you? I have to box you. I can't kick you. I can't grab you. I can't mush you. I can't knee you. I can't take you down. I have to box you. I was a little, and primarily my primary skill set's probably more closely related. I say punching. I don't call it boxing. I call it punching. I have respect for the sport. We changed because after I met you and started training with you, I took. Every MMA gym has boxing on their class schedule. I said it should be called punching. I took boxing off the schedule. I called it striking fundamentals. I won't call it boxing anymore after working with you so much. And
that's fair.
It's hard. It's hard. It's like you said, you can get in and out with the karate. Like you can choose how busy you want to get.
The only way I can hit you is being close enough that you can also hit me.
That's the only way it's gonna happen. And you have to be perfect every exchange. If you want to remain unscathed.
And also the way that boxers hit is completely different than the way other guys hit. Like the feeling of it. Lucas is a guy I've boxed with before in the past. And Lucas is maybe, I wish I knew the weight he fought at.
He's a slow guy.
He's a smaller guy.
Skinny guy.
I would say if he was in this room, he'd be the lightest in the room. For sure. And the way he would hit me just felt like it was always concussive. Like if he hit me in the body, I might get like I might have to take 3 weeks out of the NFL. You know? But it's just the way that it gets thumped.
Kind of like, are you saying like the whip, the snap, the turnover?
The snap, everything. Like the tiny little details are all there, and it makes you go, whoa. Like it makes you feel things inside that are different than when you spar with other guys. The confidence was just reps. The confidence was just me finally feeling like, okay, I have to not reach for everything because I'm just leaving myself open all the time.
Overreact,
and that's what they want. If somebody's like this, they want you to be like, because then you're just get pieced up.
Absolutely. That's what I was looking for yesterday.
And what I realized is that it's easy to say, it's hard to do. It took me a while to do. I just can't let that happen or I'm just going to get beat up worse. So any fear that I have about getting hit is just amplifying the likelihood of me getting hit.
Taking a punch might be even less dramatic, I mean, less risk than stepping out and then
getting
the wrong way. Yeah.
Stepping out into something. Getting more tired.
Right.
By blocking all crazy, getting more tired.
Yeah.
Getting hit by, with the fear of getting hit by 1 punch, then you get hit by 5 because you were tired.
Right. Yep. That's solid. So, yep. And that's just wanted to bring that conversation to a head, bring it to the channel, and yeah, if you like this and want to hear more, please comment below, like, share. Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you. So my business in Dallas is.
Tell about Simpsonville Hotel. Tell the story.
Oh my God! I'll tell the story. My first business in Dallas. My last name is Adams, and I teach Kempo. So it was my business.
Start over.
You're gonna no, because then people are gonna start calling me Adams Kempo.
Tell the story.
So I guess Kempo, people think that Kempo would be like a fitting last name for a guy who teaches karate, maybe. Mm-hmm. My business was called Adams at Home Kempo. Mm-hmm. So like I would go to people and teach them Kempo karate. My last name is Adams.
Got it.
People would call me Adam all the time. Mm-hmm. Every call I got, hey, is this Adam? No, but yes, it's the right guy. And regularly, people still email me to this day for some reason who find me from Dallas and they say, is this Adam Kempo? Sick name. But I guess they thought it was like a fight name, like At Home.
I think it sounds cool.
Was my middle name.
Cool. I think it sounds cool.
At Home was your middle name.
Yeah, right. Adam, At Home Kempo.
That's not terrible either.
No, it's not the worst.
He's at home in the fight.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
That's not terrible.
Why don't you switch to that?
Because that's not my name.
Tell me about the hotel.
So one time, Mike and I are going to a hotel in Simpsonville, and he's like, yeah, you got to check in. You're gonna get there before I do. Also, I put it under the name Adam Kempo. And I was like, okay,
that's
great.
Funny enough, but that's not the funny part.
So then I walk up and I'm like, hey, is there a name for Seth? It might be under Adam Kempo. And she goes, no, there's no Adam Kempo here. It's.
I made him walk up and introduce himself as Adam Kempo for no reason.
So then I go, is it Seth Adams? Wow. I'm like, oh yeah, it's right here.
I would love to be in the middle.
Tal, you going with Shane?
I got Shane.
Oh, I got Shane.
Harder.
You know, I think JD's good.
Yeah.
Try and come back into your house.
Confidence against the back and just go, okay, you want
I wish I got your face.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, we're just kind of end up with that. Alright, you know what? Take shots, and I'll just hit you back. Yeah, and if that doesn't work, then it's all about catching those angles. Got it. So it's something you
You want to work again, but you know.
That was a great experience. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
How do you know when you landed? Don't keep busy, keep warm.
Nice. Oh, wait. Oh, here comes the oh, yeah. Oh, he's quick. Nice.
Doing it in a while.
He's in the real one. Busy, Jared. Busy. There you go. Feint, Jared. See what he does. Feint, see what he does. Alright, this is body shot after that. Right hand body shot. Shoot, jab. Yeah, go. Alright, go.
Nice.
Earlier and often with the left. Earlier and often with the left, southpaw. There you go. Straighter, lower, straighter. Boom, keep it coming. There you go. There you go. Left body shot after that. After that right hand, left body shot. There you go. Shoot the straight right and the left. Nice, Seth. That was good. Good. Get some pace, Steve. Get some pace.